Welcome to Jones Family Farms. Today is October 15th and we are at the peak of foliage, so we thought we'd do a special video to take you around some places on the farm that you might not normally be as a guest. We have a low sunrise here at 9 o'clock this morning, and foliage is just coming upon peak. This is our barnyard area, and we're going to make our way up to Candy Cane Hill over at our Homestead Farm here. A lot of people come here for your Christmas trees, so this is a time of year when most guests would not have visited the farm. Up on top of this hill we do an Easter sunrise service, so it has a great vista from up here. Do a lot of quick shots here just to show you the beauty of the farm at this time of year. All of the Christmas trees growing nicely. Lightning oaks there, in case you are wondering why we call it lightning oaks. Ask one of our staff members, I'm sure they'll be able to tell you the story about our dairy herd and some lightning. Heading over towards the plantation lot. These are where the first trees were planted in the 1930s. We harvested those, some of those trees, took them to a mill and made them into pine logs that created our pine barn over at our Pumpkin Seed Hill farm. Still see some of those monster pine trees, and the ones that had been harvested out we have replanted. Not be able to see it very well, but there are trees planted in here. Those will be coming along for the next 8 years or so. It takes about 8 years for a Christmas tree to reach its harvest maturity. There's another beautiful foliage day with the pond and Pumpkin Seed Hill in the background. The low sun is just making the blue spruce look just gorgeous here. Blue spruce is one of the several varieties of Christmas trees grown on the farm. We have a couple firs, balsam, Douglas, and Fraser, and then of course the angel white pine. We're going to head over to the area that we like to call the North Pole. It's one of the higher points on the farm. So if you're coming to get Christmas trees, you'll see the signage leading you to the North Pole. It's a bit of a climb, but fairly gradual, and a great location to see the vista of our surroundings. And also we've got some great trees up here. This is the North Pole area. And look at all those trees, folks. This is a beautiful vantage point here. The foliage is really just coming into peak. There's a very slight amount of morning fog in the Meansbrook area. You can see that band of red right down below Pumpkin Seed Hill. And Pumpkin Seed Hill over there in the distance is where we do strawberries in June, blueberries July and August, pumpkins now in the fall, and it's predominantly where all of our vineyard is located. If you're coming for pumpkins, we are open daily from the last weekend in September until October 31st, 10 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. weather permitting. Over in the distance, you can see a little bit of a fog layer there. That's the Housatonic River making its way up towards Seymour and Oxford. So this morning, the temperature off of our digital thermometer, we have a digital weather station, was 36 degrees. And so surely down in the valley, it was a lot colder than that. And then making our way over Pumpkin Seed Hill in the distance, you can see the television tower, radio tower over in Seymour. Over on the hilltop there by the Bombas Farm, if you're familiar with that area. So let's make our way around and get some more beautiful foliage. Christmas trees, in case you're wondering, begin the weekend before Thanksgiving. That is our traditional start of the Christmas tree harvest season. And again, we have several varieties here. You can either harvest your own out in the fields. Well, you'll borrow a saw and find your special tree, bring it down to a baling station. We'll bale it and put it on your vehicle. Or you can take one of the fresh cuts from our yard that we've harvested in some of our more distant fields and bring those home to decorate for your special family holiday. Another quick foliage shot. The beautiful serenity here of our ponds. Is that not just gorgeous, folks? We have a number of irrigation ponds from which to draw upon. You can see one of our pipes there. That allows us to irrigate our crop way out here in the distant farm fields. It is important to keep those Christmas trees we plant irrigated in times of a drought, which this year was pretty dry. Hope you're all enjoying this quick video of foliage here at the farm. It's October 15th, 2015. The morning low light is delivering just some beautiful foliage. We do plant our trees in blocks of species. So, for instance, we're now entering an area of the angel white pine. This is a beautiful type of tree if you are looking to decorate with light ornaments, things like tinsel or garland. The boughs on the white pine are soft, very soft needles. But we also have Douglas fir. A nice straight conical feature of these trees. You can see our valley farm over on the right hand side. We have our strawberries in June, blueberries July and August, and we also have our Christmas trees down there in our valley farm for Christmas time. The foliage here is just beginning to peak. Beautiful scene with the sun coming up. There's our Pumpkin Seed Hill farm over in the distance. Some of our areas are a little uneven or rocky, so we do recommend that you wear appropriate footwear anytime you visit the farm for any season. Yeah, the foliage is popping. Beautiful place in the country for kids to grow up in. There's a school bus going by this morning. And again, there's our valley farm. Neat and tidy. Harvested all the pumpkins off of our fields there before the frost and cold weather of late October has hit. All of those pumpkins are safe in our barns and ready to be brought out to be at Pumpkin Seed Hill. We grow all of the pumpkins that you see at Pumpkin Seed Hill right here on our farm. It's just some of our distant fields. As we rotate our crop, we have those harvested and then brought into the annex to replenish as people are in our market yard area and looking for and finding their perfect family pumpkin. There's the beautiful Pumpkin Seed Hill. Nice stone wall with some beautiful foliage in the background. It's a photographer's paradise here at the farm. Especially this morning in the low light conditions. How about that? White birch tree, Pumpkin Seed Hill in the background. Right up the country farm road. We're over here at our Homestead Farm at the moment. Our Homestead Farm is where the winery is located. The address of that is 606 Walnut Tree Hill Road. Our winery is currently open Thursday through Sunday from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. Wine tasting will take you through several of our wines. You'll learn about the flavor terminology of wine and celebrate the goodness that Connecticut has to offer. Here's our beautiful winery there. It's the historic dairy barn that we have lovingly restored to be our winery's tasting room. And the old homestead right there with the beautiful maple in front. And the Harvest Kitchen Cooking Studio, where we do cooking classes for both cooking education and wine education classes. Make our way down that way. Demonstration vineyard. Our Harvest Kitchen garden. Harvest crops right from the garden, bring them fresh to the kitchen. Our compost piles right there. We'll educate you about some good agricultural practices if you have your own garden. Here's the demonstration vineyard right next to the winery. And the historic dairy barn, tasting room. And the beautiful patio here, the terrace to enjoy a wine tasting. So, we'll see you out at the farm. Make it a delicious day.